Okay, this is Brant from TradeGuild.blogspot.com, May 17th. We're going to take a look at some charts in the market a little bit. I just want to say real quickly, with the advent of the internet, I think a lot of things have changed in the market. I have a family member who works on a black box system that trades. It's an automated system, and it goes into between 500 and 2,000 stocks a day, multiple trades, millions of dollars. And they're not the only one out there. There's a lot of these systems out there. So the market's been acting really weird the last couple of days, actually last week. Really strong days, really weak days. To me, it's signaling distribution. That's my opinion. But I think it's really important for traders to understand that a lot of the technical setups that have been praised over the years and written about in hundreds or thousands of books, everybody's doing the same thing now. Everybody's looking at the same chart patterns. Everybody's using the same indicators. And if you think for a minute that the market makers aren't hip to this, you're fooling yourself. Um, you see pennants or you see support levels, and these are all getting hit. They're getting taken out. They're just trashing stops. They know where your stop is. If you put a stop limit order in, they can see your stop. So they go, and, they gun for those stops. They see a pennant or a triangle. They know a lot of people are going to be buying that, and they just go and destroy it. They take it down 10, 15, 20%, knock you out of the trade, and then the stock goes where you thought it was going to go. So I think it's really important for traders to develop a sense of self in a certain way, and to take a step back and look at the market through different eyes. Part of what I use is my indicator 3C, and that's how I kind of look at the market through different eyes. It's a custom cumulative indicator. Telechart allows you to write custom indicators, and then they've also got some other great tools like their back scanner where you can test your indicators and test your trade setups. I've tested a lot of trade setups that have been written about over the years in books. And I found very few that do better than 30% on an annualized basis. So it's really a pretty poor performance for most of these hallowed setups, a lot of these crossover setups and everything. So anyway, the indicator that I use here, basically, we're assuming that it's doing what I think it's doing. We're looking at accumulation and distribution. So basically, if price makes a new high, this indicator should make a new high. So we look for divergences on the upside, on the downside, and right now we're looking at the spiders, which is the S&P ETF, and we're looking at a daily chart. We're going to look at a couple different time frames. So the daily chart, you can see, is in gear. I just want to show you real quick. Let me see if I can find my pen here. There we go. Okay, so real quick, you can see that there was a divergence right here as price was going up. That's when we got this sell-off here. We called this setup. Since then, it's been pretty much in gear. So let's take a look at the hourly chart. And what we see here is it's starting to fall out a little bit. So here's a high. Price moves up. We had a little divergence here. There's the pullback. Gets back in gear, and now we're divergent again. So I'd probably be looking for a pullback here. Here's a 5-minute chart, same deal. We can see, this whole rally has basically been divergent, and you can see up here we're making a new high, and it's still very divergent. So I'm looking for some more downside. We saw a pretty steep decline today into the close there. We'll take a little closer look at that on a 1-minute chart. And let's zoom in here. It looks to me like maybe we're going to see a little bounce tomorrow morning. Here's a tick chart. Let's take a look at that real quick. Yeah, and what I'm seeing is, as price in blue here is coming down, you can see this indicator is moving up. So maybe we see a little bounce in the morning on SPY. But all in all, I think this market is signaling distribution. Let's take a look real quick at the ETF for the Russell 2000. You can see the same kind of deal here, and here it is on the daily chart. Here's a high, new high, new high. That's good. Over here we see it to start faltering. If we take a look at the hourly chart, And pull back a little bit here. The hourly chart, you can see that it's, coming down. The price is above this level, but the indicator is now below that level, so there's a little bit of a divergent situation there as well. Here's the 5-minute chart, and let's take a look at a 1 minute. 1 minute, you can see very clearly what happened here this afternoon. Here's a bounce. You can see, okay, we're coming down over here. Price makes a pretty good low as compared with this low. The indicator is actually a little bit higher. A little bit of a divergent situation. We see a bounce and then nothing but weakness into that bounce, and you can see what happened as a result of that. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones U.S. Steel Index. And I would say if you're in steel stocks right now, I'd be very careful. Here's a daily chart. When you see these divergences on a daily chart, it's pretty bad. So here's the new high, and you can see what happened with the indicator here. It's going down. So that's not a good scenario for steel. Here's an hourly chart. Let's take a look at that. It doesn't look all that bad. Let's take a look at a 5-minute chart. It looks like here's the bounce. We saw the bounce come into play right here because price was heading down. This indicator was heading up right there. Positive divergence. Here's the bounce. The problem is, as this has gone up, the indicator is more or less headed down. So we are probably going to be seeing some weakness in steel, I would think, over the next probably Friday. Okay, what do we have next? Gold. Let's take a look at gold. I'm a little disorganized here tonight, so we're just going to wing it. Okay, gold. Let's take a look at an hourly chart. And what I'm seeing here is positive divergence is just starting. I don't know how much further that's going to go, if it's going to build. Here's a 5-minute chart. There's price. There's the indicator heading up. So maybe something's going to happen here in gold. So keep your eyes open. Maybe take a look at RBY. I haven't looked at that in a little while. So I'm not recommending that as a buy. I'm just suggesting maybe taking a look at it. Let's take a look at oil. Okay, here's light sweet crude oil. And you can see real nice day today, 3.86%. Helped my JDO position out. We'll take a look at that in a minute. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Let's take a look at XLE, because I can't look at intraday charts on oil. Here's XLE. Now, to me, it doesn't look real hot. That's a pretty negative divergent situation. There's the hourly chart, same deal, pretty negative. Here's a 5-minute chart, and we can see it didn't look too bad going into yesterday. Here's the situation, a little bit of a positive divergence there. But today, it's just built this negative divergence in. We see a little pullback into the close. I hope I'm wrong about it, but it looks like we're going to see a little bit of a pullback in energy. Let's take a look at the hourly chart here. Same deal. I think we're going to see a pullback there. I hope not, because I have a lot of energy stocks right now. Next up, let's take a look at a couple trading ideas. Here's TRX. And TRX is a short idea. Let's see what's happening. It had a pretty good day today, up almost 6.5%. Here's an hourly chart. Okay, it is a little bit divergent there. Here's a 5-minute chart, and here you can see here's the bounce right here, positive divergence right there. Price coming down yesterday. There's the bounce. There's a negative divergence. I think it might be a short trade here. I don't know if it's a position trade really, but maybe. See what it's worth. All right, I'm going to come back with one more video, and we'll wrap it up from there.